Hello, and welcome to I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. My name is Jeremy Zielik. I'm the host and Alton Brown of the group. Joining me this week, as always, is...
your friend on this show, Ben Montoya.
And stoked to be here, Evan Aubrey.
Too stoked.
I'm stoked because this drink is
your beer
stoked.
everywhere?
I was so stoked I just blew my beer load.
Blew your lid.
It's the Hen House Brewing Stoked Hazy Pale Ale.
Whoa, this was like is it got a turkey on it?
No, it's a hen.
Oh.
Because it's a hen house. It's not the turkey house, Jeremy.
Jeremy's got turkey on the brain.
Yeah.
I do too, honestly, man.
Fucking Thanksgiving's next week.
I had Thanksgiving in a bowl at a football game yesterday.
Was it like a KFC famous bowl where it's like mashed potatoes, turkey, stuffing?
It was
gravy
mashed
on
potatoes, turkey. It was like a breaded fried turkey, and then they had peas and carrots and smothered in gravy.
I don't think I've ever had I've had fried turkey, but not with a thick crust.
Pretty good. It was pretty good for college football food, I will say.
Who won?
We did not. It was Cal was a big disappointment. But you know who yesterday was not a big disappointment? Everyone's a Lobo. Woof, woof, woof.
Oh.
It's true.
Beat Washington State.
Whoa.
Which is a big deal.
Yeah. UNM athletics is very exciting, as my dad could tell you.
Isn't it exciting because it seems like you'll do very well, and then as soon as you get to a really important part, you fuck it up.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I'd say
that's what makes it exciting.
I'd say basketball is much more exciting. Football's a forever disappointment.
Yeah.
In my eyes.
But sometimes they surprise you.
Oh,
just like this weekend.
Yeah, there you go. We've got first of all, Ian couldn't join us tonight because he's rehearsing for a musical.
Because he's quote unquote. We all know he passed on.
Yeah. Okay. He's died multiple times, but he'll always come back, much like Jesus.
Laryngitis is a bitch, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and he does have laryngitis.
Yes, that's true as well. So we're recording. We're down a leg this week. We're like a stool missing a leg, so we're a little wobbly, but we'll still keep you up at night, kind of situation.
They make plenty of three-legged stools.
Yes, I mean three legs is honestly triangle, as Ian would say, it's the most structural, has the shape with the most structural integrity based on everything that we know about shapes.
Well, and I think everything that we know about Thanksgiving food shows us that this week the cranberry sauce is flowing. There's no stopping.
Yeah, Ian's not here to rain on my cranberry sauce parade.
I imagine if you had a cranberry sauce
Rained. Like in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs type fashion?
Yes.
That might be too much.
The streets would run red. Cranberry sauce.
Prince would write a song about it for real.
Oh yeah, Purple Rain, Cranberry
Cranberry Rain.
I mean, he had a strawberry beret and purple rain, so you could combine those two things together. Oh no, it was a raspberry beret. Fucking, it's too many fruits to keep track of. Anyway, yeah. So Thanksgiving. I would be like, yeah, time to do our Thanksgiving bit, but we did it last week, and we have next week is the episode for Thanksgiving. So it's like we're being a bit we're edging Thanksgiving a bit here thematically.
Well,
as a
we're a
show.
food-based podcast.
Yeah,
essentially.
we live for food-based holidays. Let's be real.
Yeah.
We live for food-based anything on this show.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Would you say Thanksgiving is the most food-based holiday?
Probably.
It has to be.
Every other holiday is got its shtick, but when you think of Thanksgiving, I mean, other than being thankful or whatever.
Well, there's nothing that you do besides
have a big dinner,
right? Thanksgiving.
Right.
I mean, I guess there's all the bullshit around the invention of it that was oh well, I don't know. There's all different ways of retelling the quote unquote Thanksgiving story, but the average American does not do anything.
Ben,
besides
you don't mean
Thanksgiving.
You don't pillage on Thanksgiving?
Yeah. You go into a food coma and you watch the big game, not the big game TM, but football or whatever.
Because every other holiday there's a thing that you do.
Yeah.
Right.
Christmas, you open presents, you go caroling or whatever.
Easter, I mean, some of them are religious. You go to church, but
Yeah.
Thanksgiving isn't necessarily a religious thing either.
Easter,
so it's like
you rise from the dead.
It's true.
that's when you rise from the dead.
When we all come back.
Yeah. So that I think Easter, if you're being like a secular Easter, there's not really a secular Easter kind of componut too much. So that's
Easter egg hunting.
Yeah, they got the eggs and the bunny.
Yeah, but I'm saying is that like that could for an adult for
Sure.
us,
Right.
it's
adults
it's
can like
probably-
candy.
That's true, but I'm saying it's probably much more of a food holiday for the secular adult than
Sure.
it would be otherwise. Kind of situation. I don't know.
I mean, every holiday is a food holiday if you make
Yes.
it.
For real. For
Yeah.
real.
Arbor Day,
I mean, Arbor Day. What would you eat on Arbor Day? Salad.
broccoli.
A tree.
I guess fruits come from trees. You can't just like eat wood, unfortunately. So
Except for all the times on the show when we have discussed how you can try to eat wood.
It's true. And I think the closest you could get, like, maple syrup on everything, right?
that is true.
Oh, yeah.
Maple syrup is very
Okay.
tree forward.
It's
Wait.
very tree forward.
So I'm so sad that Ian isn't here for this, but we'll have to. You just came back from Trader Joe's. You went grocery shopping this weekend.
I
did.
went grocery shopping earlier today.
Did you also go to Trader Joe's?
You better fucking believe I did.
All right.
Okay, did you get the maple butter?
No, this is a
Seasonal
butter-free.
maple butter.
This is a butter-free household.
So no, but
Oh,
it's
that's
not. Is it butter or is it like a spread?
It's butter,
Oh,
but it's
okay.
maple butter.
I like
Yeah.
that.
It's really, really, really good.
Yeah, I don't usually purchase butter on my own volition. Like unless I specifically need it for something, I usually don't get
You're
it.
not like, oh boy, seasonal butter.
Okay.
Well, it sounds like
so
I
for
know.
the
I
listener
enjoy
who's-
seasonal butter.
It sounds great.
For the
Yeah, I
listener
mean,
who's
it
enticed
does
by
sound
seasonal
good.
butter, imagine this.
Okay. You walk into the store.
Sure, you can walk into the store. I'll give you that one. That's usually where you get the stuff that is purchased in the store. Is you walk in, walk in the store. You're gonna get bacon. You're gonna get frozen Trader Joe's griddle cakes.
Oh.
You're gonna get the maple butter.
Okay.
You're gonna get some eggs.
Sure.
You're gonna
Breakfast.
cook the griddle cakes in the air fryer, which it just involves heating them up, right?
Okay, that's not
You're
a
gonna-
fucking griddle, Ben.
They're pre-griddled. Okay.
Been griddled.
Yes.
They've been griddled. They're frozen. It's in the frozen section.
Yeah.
You're gonna air fry your griddle cakes. You're going to cook your bacon. You're gonna cook your egg. You're gonna spread the maple butter on top of your griddle cakes, and put some maple syrup on top of all of it. Breakfast of champions,
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, that does sound. Again, I'm not going to deny that does sound good.
and it's easy.
It's easy, yeah.
I would turn that into a breakfast sandwich real fast.
Oh, use the griddle cakes like it's like a McGriddle.
Exactly.
Oh,
The secret
okay.
best breakfast item at McDonald's.
And you know those haven't been griddled.
Yes, they fuck not.
Pre or
They
post?
They fuck not. Thou fuck us not with the McGriddle. Yeah, I guess I hate to say it. Despite my coffee addiction, I really my breakfast is not real. Breakfast on weekdays is really not a thing for me. Kind of situation. If
Well,
we're like
consider
a
the
full
griddle
meal.
cake from Trader
Yeah, that's
Joe's
true.
with the maple butter.
Literally no time at all.
I get up, I slam a quick some fruit, and I
That counts.
Get my no, I do eat something. I eat some fruit for breakfast.
No, listeners, Jeremy doesn't eat. He just consumes coffee.
I mean, most of the day it's coffee kind of situation. I would say during the weekdays, 80% of my meal intake is coffee kind of thing. But it's definitely just on the weekdays. But on weekends, usually, look, not to paint a disrespectful portrait of my life, but it's fucking brunch time, baby. So you slam it out.
Disrespectful.
What?
Slam it out with some friends at your favorite brunch.
Slam it out.
Jeremy waits he waits 6 whole days. He fasts for brunch on
Brunch.
the Sabbath.
Slam it out.
Yeah, just slam it. You gotta slam it the fuck out on Saturday and or Sunday. I had fucking brunch today and it was great.
What did you brunch?
I had carne adobada with fried egg on top and some sopapillas, and it was excellent. It was delicious, and I fucking slammed it out. Though I had food yesterday, but it was the timing of my lunch yesterday was very late lunch. It was like at 3:00, so I didn't really eat dinner last night. And then I woke up and I was like, damn, it's fucking time for...
It's time to slam it out.
It's time to slam it out. And it was my friend's birthday party, so...
Extra slam.
Yeah, we did fucking slam it out, so it was good. I did I definitely... Look, I did think about it, but I did not order a margarita at 10:30.
What about a mimosa?
They didn't have mimosas on the
Jeremy.
So...
Who is it? Call him out.
Yeah, 10:30 is a little too early for a margarita, so I had to pass at that moment.
Yeah, it really depends on how you slam it out. I think some people would slam it out like that, but
for as
you know how it goes.
For as brunch coded as I can get, sometimes I don't love drinking in the morning, just generally. And I know
that's funny because most people would say that is the point of brunch.
That is true. To get
drink
sloshed.
in the morning. Yes. to have your mimosa or Bloody Mary, it's like 10:30 or 11 in the morning, it's time to drink again kind of situation.
Yeah.
But I just got to be awake for a little longer.
And Ben, you would be proud of me because I went tailgating yesterday before this game, and it was an afternoon game, so of course tailgating started at 10:30 a.m. and I was about the michelada.
Oh,
nice.
The tailgate michelada.
Oh yeah, slam a Modelo and some Clamato.
Hell yeah, that
real.
Sounds nice. Honestly,
I mean, it does sound like a fun time. I can't fucking deny it. So
delicious.
Would you say at this tailgate celebration that you slammed it out?
I slammed at least 6 halves of a breakfast burrito.
Okay, so you had 3 breakfast burritos.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I did slam, in fact.
Yes.
There's something really special to a fall time tailgate experience.
Yeah, it's crisp.
Yeah.
A little cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard it's been a little chilly in California this week, so gotta keep warm, and all that kind of stuff. But those fucking gas stoves that you bring for your tailgate will keep you warm.
I realized how without Ian, our conversations are so domesticated. Like we're talking about brunch and being cozy in the cold times, and Ian's not like
He's not here to be like your fucking life is fucking fucked.
Yeah, kind of you're like, oh, you would bone Shrek, like
yes, yeah. I don't know. See, I think the problem, we're recording a day earlier than you normally did, and I wasn't able to like bring up like a funny thing that happened.
I know. I'm sorry for the.
No, it's not. It's not your fault, really. I just didn't really prepare. Really, because usually, fault. Like a fucking like Donkey Kong hot dog is revealed, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. There was no time for news.
Yeah, I mean, there's time for news, but it's not the fun news that you want on our comedy podcast, right?
That's fair.
Kind of situation. It's more like you dread reading the newspaper for what the horrors await, whereas I want to read about like if the fucking front page of the New York Times was like Donkey Kong dog, then I think we would be in a better place, both as a society and as content for our show. But that's currently not the course that the world is taking.
I guess the only sort of news that is maybe only game adjacent because he was in a video game once. Mike Tyson got his ass kicked in the lamest fight of all time.
Oh yeah, the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. What
yeah,
everyone's talking about around the water coolers these days.
I think they were, and then they immediately were like, "This is dumb."
Well, I think they watched it and they realized that why boxing isn't popular anymore is that it's very long and boring, generally.
Yeah.
Is that true that it's not popular anymore?
It's not very popular anymore.
No, they really only get people going with these names.
Well, that's what I was saying, is that I feel like the influencer element has made it more popular, but maybe that's not
and it may have been more popular than it was like 5 or 10 years ago.
Yes.
But boxing was very popular in like the 70s and 80s, right? Obviously, when like people like Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali and all this kind of stuff were doing things, in movies like Rocky, things like that. It's very popular then.
Yeah, that's true.
And it kind of, declined in the 90s and 2000s, and it became, kind of replaced with things like, professional wrestling and MMA for, that kind of sports viewing experience. So it's kind of been playing, been in the back seat since those things, became more popular. So it does take like novelty fights like this to actually draw a crowd, but it broke Netflix's servers, so that's something.
That's true.
So
we ended up watching it, not the actual Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, but the fight that happened beforehand, which was Amanda Serrano and Katie something.
Was that at least like more exciting? I hope it was.
Did someone get knocked out?
It was
intense. I didn't pay attention.
There was so much blood.
Oh shit!
Early
Okay.
on, one of them got like this huge cut like right above her eye, and it was like falling down the whole time and bleeding all over it was fucking intense, honestly. And then everyone thought one person was gonna win, and then the judges gave it to the other person, and the crowd was like, so it was crazy. The
Riots
drama,
ensued.
like everyone was like,
not
about to flip a table.
Boxing on blast further, but I think that's a problem is that unless someone gets knocked out, they decide there's judges deciding it on points, and unless you're like professional being able to tell you like who actually I couldn't tell you who won just by like watching this.
I had no idea
if neither of them are knocked out.
Yeah.
So
to me, it's just sort of like people punching each other.
Yeah,
and like one person seems
money.
like they might be doing better than the other person. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, that's this has been a very sports forward.
Yeah, excuse me.
Episode of I Choose You. I think our transition to like morning radio is becoming ever clearer. But unfortunately, this is not sports radio. This is actually I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. Each week, we randomly select a new Pokemon to cook and eat. Then we share our recipes with each other and vote on the most, delicious recipe of the one. This week's Pokemon is Blipbug, a fucking nerd.
Did you see the trivia section?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I like that they put the word nerd in quotes.
Quote
like,
unquote
it's like,
nerd.
Yes.
I want to find the exact wording because I feel like it was just it felt very like perfectly explained.
The bow tie and all.
Yeah. I can read it
Blipbug
too.
may be based on a ladybird larva. Boring. Some details, namely the glasses like eyes and bow tie like neck feelers, may also echo the image of a stereotypical quote nerd.
Quote unquote nerd.
Quote unquote nerd. It's very funny that there's quotation marks and there's a Wikipedia link from the word nerd as well. So it's like, yeah, you person who plays fucking Pokemon have to have the word nerd contextualized for you.
Just in case you didn't know what that meant.
Yes. I guess I should say is that Ben, Ian's not here, but have you been able to fight Ian in the Pokemon trading card game app?
Oh,
me no.
Yeah, actually, last night we did fight.
Who won?
And
That was the big fight of the
Yes.
of the
that
decade.
was the big night. Yeah. And I did win most of. I think we actually kind of drew. Now that I'm thinking about it in the long term, but I did have a few pretty good.
I think you made Ian sick. You wore his body down.
Yeah. I think he did text me something like, "I only have one light in my life, and you've taken it away," or something like that. So that's that's probably the reason actually why he's not here is like
Too ashamed.
He told us that he was going to be in rehearsal for a musical, but he was like, honestly, rage quit. Like,
Yeah, he's rehearsing Pokemon the card game.
right.
I think Ben, you've told us, I guess, that you just love opening packs a lot in the trading card app.
Man, I love it so much. I love it too much.
Did you pay, Ben? Did you pay?
I have not paid.
Okay, good.
I've not
Have you
paid.
thought about buying?
I have thought about it in the sense that I was like, I really want to keep playing, and I know why people end up paying for this, because I just want to keep playing the game, but I haven't done it, and I'm proud of myself for that.
Okay, that's good. Do you have a stratagem for seeing if they give you like the little wheel of booster packs? Some of them are like flipped around and stuff before you open them. Do you like go to a random one, or do you just go to the first one that's in front of you?
I was really like wigged out by the one that sometimes is turned around. I'm like, does that make it special? But then I kept doing it, and I was like, I don't know. Like, none of this seems super special. I think it's just random.
I just go for the first one.
I do have a stratagem. I'm gonna have to keep using that one. But what I will do is I'll just like I'll spin it real fast for a good long time, and then whatever it lands on, I'm like, okay, nothing else. This is the one.
Do you know if you turn the card pack around before you open it, it shows you the cards in reverse order?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Which is
kind of exciting. You're
yes.
like, ooh, what's it gonna be? But most times I'm just like, like, give me my fucking stuff. Like,
good. Honestly, good on the Pokemon Company for not making more cardboard. Like, there's so many people just opening shit and throwing it away. Like,
yeah,
I guess so. But you could say bad on them for making a highly addicting gotcha machine that ropes in children.
No, those children were gonna buy them anyway.
Yeah,
but there's no trade-in value. Like, if I go get real Pokemon cards, one of those could be worth thousands.
There's no reason why anything like that should cost thousands of dollars.
I mean, there is a reason. It's artificial scarcity, which,
exactly.
It's the whole point of trading card games. That's what fucking the Wizards of the Coast figured out so many years ago, and they were making that magic they are gathering.
Yeah, I will say, like, as addicted as I am to it, I kind of appreciate that it does have limitations, honestly. Mm-hmm. And it makes me really like the card game, like playing it. And I think that's great, because I was never going to like buy a bunch of cards and like play the game. You know what I mean? But the fact that it's just it is just a video game, I'm like, fuck it. Like, this is fun. Like,
I never played the actual card game in real life. I'd always play, there's the like Game Boy trading card game version. And like before this came out, I was like, I have not done the card game since I was a child, so I actually do not remember what the rules are.
The whole like gathering energies to do your attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's a very functional trading card game, and I think that's why they crack. I think obviously Pokemon would be very successful one way or the other. I'm not denying that, but I think that the fact that the trading card game is solid as a trading card game means that it had the longevity in association with the other parts of the series, the video games and the books and movies and television show and all that kind of stuff. So it could keep going forever.
I kind of like want it to fuse with if it fused with Pokemon Go, I feel like I could get into Pokemon Go again. You know what I mean?
That would be cool.
Like, instead of I guess you could have like the option of like playing Pokemon Go style or playing like card game style, but like if it incorporated like if I go on a little walk and then I get a couple more hourglasses, I'd be like, okay, it's on. You know what I mean?
They want to separate because they want you to spend money in two different apps. So
see, I know they wouldn't do that, but I'm just saying like they could, and I'd be like kind of on board if they did.
Yeah. Well, it's be interesting because this is actually the first year, I believe, since 2019 or 2018 that a Pokemon game has not been released for the Nintendo Switch. So it'll be interesting to see when next year when Pokemon Legends ZA comes out, what that looks like. So, and with the Nintendo Switch too, obviously, and all that business. So yeah. All right, let's talk about this fucking Blipbug. Who won last week? Or was it a poll and I forgot to put it up?
I won.
That was Ben.
Ben, give us your fucking Blipbug recipe. How are you going to cook this fucking nerd?
This nerd is cooked.
This nerd is fucking cooked.
Okay, well, I'll get to my recipe, but I also have to say something, moment of vulnerability, right? Because this is the larva Pokemon. And I couldn't not think about recently an experience that Asia had where when I was away in New Mexico, she was cleaning out or she opened the garbage one day and there were all kinds of tiny little fly larvae all throughout the garbage because they had taken root in the garbage can and just then come out like the little top of the garbage can.
Gross.
And it's nasty. So this is just a PSA. Clean your garbage can thoroughly.
Clean
you never
your
know.
garbage.
You never know. Anyway.
Disgusting.
So you're telling us your recipe is disgusting. Well, it makes me want to vomit.
No, I'm saying that you should never be not thinking that your garbage might be full of larvae.
And
that's what I'm trying to say.
And if it is, turn it into food.
And if it is, it's an opportunity. No, it has nothing to do with my recipe. I just needed to express that. That was the first thing I thought of when I saw this Pokemon. Yeah. But I thought more about how it sounded.
Interesting.
Blipbug.
Yes. Doesn't quite roll off the tongue as I'd hoped.
It's not. It's just a blip in the Pokemon spectrum of names and things that are good. Blipbug.
Yeah, it's bad. Don't worry about that.
Instead, I'm going to make a dip bug sandwich.
Yes.
Oh.
So it's sort of taking the premise of like a French dip sandwich where you're going to have a sandwich and then a broth that you're going to dip it into. An anjou, exactly. But in this situation, I think I've maybe done this before in some variation.
Look, Ben, I'm going to tell you 100%, if not you, one of us has made a French dip sandwich on this show.
Well, I've known I made a French dip sandwich. Okay. I'm wondering if I've made a pho French dip sandwich.
Okay,
that
with pho
sounds good. That sounds
with
great.
Pho.
Okay,
I've done
probably not.
I know that I've discussed that a place nearby in San Diego does do that, which is incredible. But I believe what I haven't done is made a sandwich that with the pho broth has noodles in the sandwich.
Whoa.
Interesting.
And the reason why I got to this moment was like I wanted the dip, right? So like the dip is there, but then I felt like it needed like a bug attachment to it. Like what's the bug, right?
Yeah.
In the dip bug menu item, like I was thinking it'd be kind of funny to do kind of like what I did before with like the BLT, letter sandwiches and make a BUG sandwich.
So, Blipbug. What does the U stand for again?
So I went back to the original, the OG alphabet sandwich key, and the U is because I also struggled with the U. I was like, okay, the other ones I can find some sort of sandwich ingredients for, but U is going to be tough. The U on the original blog post is the Usinger's bratwurst.
Okay,
They're fucking pushing it.
Which feels like it's cheating.
It is cheating.
Take what you can get, though.
Yeah. So instead, I looked up foods that start with U, and
let's see. Can I think of one food right now off the top of my head that begins with a fucking U?
Grey Upon.
Okay, Grey Upon. The first thing that came to mind was the fucking country of Uruguay, which is not a food.
Uruguayan food.
Yes, Uruguayan food.
A Uruguayan sandwich ingredient.
Yes, it was what the U stands for. Okay, Ben, give us a food item that begins with the U.
Okay, so there's a lot, but you would have never ever guessed them. Like ube.
Oh,
okay,
yes,
all right,
that makes
all right.
sense.
Unagi.
What?
Unagi.
Unagi. Okay, it's eel, right?
Eel.
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of stuff that I have never fucking heard of that is crazy, like umbrella fruit.
What
the fuck?
Does it look like an umbrella?
something called humble pie.
Which is that just
doesn't sound like it's real.
Umbrella
is
fruit
that
looks
just
like an
humble pie,
avocado.
but with like a British person is saying it?
Humble pie, also known as humble pie. Humble pie is a term for a variety of medieval meat pies.
What? So it is. It's just a British person saying it.
There's also a thing called Utah scones.
I'm looking all these things up.
What makes them specifically from Utah? Like a Mormon make them? Like they don't have any like caffeine?
Oh, they're fried.
Oh.
Yeah, they're fried. It sounds like
it's-
they're kind of like a sopapilla, but like a scone.
It sounds pretty good. Maybe Utah does have some good food. I
It
don't know.
looks pretty good. This is the Mormon brunch food right
Yes.
here. There you go.
So there's all sorts of U-based foods, but none of them really make sense for sandwich ingredients.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd put like ube on a sandwich.
Right. But the very first one that start on this list from Google of foods that start with U is udon.
Okay,
yes.
noodles. Okay, is that
So
where your like pho situation comes in? Is with the noodles?
So
Then what does P stand for? Or
well,
G?
just wait. Give me
Let him get
give
it
me a
out.
second. So you are going to okay. So then I started looking up like udon sandwich recipes, right? Because I'm like, surely someone must have gone down this path before. But instead, I ended up on a recipe for, and I'll send you the picture in just a second. We were talking a lot about hot dogs, special hot dogs, last week. So I ended up stumbling upon, in the spirit of that, and in the spirit of this dip bug sandwich. I found a yakisoba pan, yakisoba dog midnight dinner season 2 recipe.
What is midnight dinner? I have so many questions.
Is this like a TV show where a guy makes dinner?
It's interesting that you say that, Jeremy,
Because that is exactly what it is.
because the first sentence of this recipe is savory Japanese stir-fried noodles stuffed in hot dog bun. Yakisoba pan is the ultimate sandwich for carb lovers and featured on Netflix Midnight Diner Tokyo Stories.
Okay, I want to say this. Friends of the show, Michael Woods and Kateri, showed me this television program one time when I was just hanging out with them. And I was like, what's this? They're just like, oh, it's a magical diner where they just hang out at night and like eat and talk about their problems. And like each week the chef makes a special dish to like go with the problem of the week kind of situation.
Oh, okay.
So I did know that. I didn't know that this would lead to this weird sandwich that you're talking about.
Yakisoba dog.
Okay, excuse me, hot dog.
Yeah. So I'm texting the group chat now. Sorry, my phone is really struggling. It's on its like last 10%, but
It's blipping out.
It's blipping out.
He's gonna
There's no
blip.
blipping way you'll ever believe this, but this is what the yakisoba dogs look like. And the listener can imagine this if they just imagine a hot dog, a toasted hot dog, filled with noodles. Just
The
filled
hot
with
dog
noodles.
itself, or is it like noodles in a bun? Wait. Oh,
Right,
it's
you
noodles
said
in a
you
bun.
checked-
bun.
Okay, we just got this. All right, they're just it's noodles in a hot dog bun.
Yeah, this
Like
is
if you just
straight
like
up carbs.
photoshopped out the hot dog in a
Well,
hot dog
Ben's
bun
recipe
and put
did say it was for quote unquote carb lovers.
That is straight carbs.
You see, I'm gonna love with you. I like a good sandwich. I'm gonna like a good loaf of bread or pasta or whatever. But I'm not gonna eat it and be like, I love this because it's filled with carbohydrates, kind of situation.
It doesn't sound like you're a carb lover.
Yeah, sounds like it's not for you.
I don't love it because of the carbs specifically. You know what I'm saying? I love it for its flavor, for its texture, all that business.
Right. So, okay, so now that I've explained all of the various ingredients, basically what you're going to do is you're going to have a sandwich bun, hot dog bun. You're going to add some leaves of basil. Basil. You're going to add some udon noodles in there as well.
Okay.
And then you're going to make some garlic and ginger sauce that you're going to add.
Really hammering that home.
Yeah.
To make your bug sandwich. But your bug sandwich isn't complete because you need your pho broth to kind of complete the meal. So you like dip it in your pho broth and then you take a bite And it's almost like, it's like kind of splitting the difference between your noodles being in your broth for pho. It's like external noodles that get like rehydrated via the sandwich.
I like it.
For the Blipbug sandwich.
Will eating it make you a nerd?
Eating it is it is more on the nerd spectrum. It's not for jocks, that's for sure. Like if this was in a sandwich shop, this would not be what jocks would want.
Yeah.
They would want the meat lovers sandwich, not the carb lovers sandwich. For sure.
I would
to get this sandwich you have to be wedgied and stuffed into a locker.
Yes.
You must have experienced it once. You have to know that experience.
Yes.
Yeah. Or did they do that on the way in?
Yes. Like there's 2 doors, one for jocks and one for nerds at Ben Jock and Nerd sandwich shop or whatever.
Yeah.
And when you walk in through the nerd door, you get wedgie. Like it's a locker that you get stuffed into, and you come out the other side, and you're in the sandwich shop.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the Blipbug element of it comes in where you've dried up Blipbug's body, and then you crush it and incorporate it into your broth, your pho broth.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
And so you're set on the pho broth because you said udon noodles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I could also maybe imagine. Well, I mean, in this case, maybe it's pho broth, but I could imagine like a nice udon broth as well. Just kind of if you wanted to go more Japanese.
That's true. I'm imagining a fusion of flavors.
Oh.
Kung
fu.
And also, I hadn't thought about udon broth, but that's a great idea.
Excellent.
Sounds good.
You could really swap in. You could swap in other broths too. You could swap in a miso broth.
That's
I'm not
true.
going to stop you.
Excellent. All right, Evan, what is your recipe this week?
Yeah. So you know who else is kind of a nerd and who also kind of fits the profile this week is the man himself, Blippi. So we all know Blippi, America's favorite child TV star.
What would you call him, a clown?
He's like on the edge of clown.
Yeah. Because he wears a fucking like rainbow outfit.
He does. He definitely is like more. He's like mime and clown similar.
Combined.
Yeah, right. Very physical, but.
Ben, do you know who Blippi is, or are you Googling it right now?
I'm Googling him right now.
He's got
I
a
do
whole
know
empire.
who this is, but I did not know this was who you were
Yeah,
referencing.
Blippi's like one of the most successful child TV people ever.
Yeah.
He's got this like whole empire going.
And do you remember this, Evan? Like 5 or 6 years ago, there was an article that came out. It was like, everyone knows Blippi, the entertainer for children, but he got his career started on the internet because he filmed a video of someone pooping on him.
Yes. Yeah.
What?
He's got a checkered past.
Yes, he has his first video on the internet was a video of someone pooping on him, like as like a dare kind of situation.
Kids
And
love
now
it. Kids love
he
it.
entertains our children, the youth.
That stinks.
But you know what Blippi's favorite ice cream is mint chocolate chip.
Oh, okay. Oh, hold on. Let me take that again. Evan, ask that question again.
What's Blippi's favorite ice cream?
Blip and Dots. There you go.
Thank you. Also still wrong. Mint chocolate chip. And so I was struggling a little bit to be like, okay, ice cream and bug. Where do the two intersect? And one of my favorite ice cream shops, Salt and Straw, famous for their wacky flavor combinations, did in fact, I think it was this past Halloween maybe, came out with theirs was a little extreme. So it was a Halloween themed ice cream that was full of bugs and like blood.
Full of bugs.
And it was
like
green.
Actual bugs and actual blood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they go very gourmet and extreme a little bit. So
Gourmet?
Yes. So I'm gonna go without the blood part, but the ice cream was green and it was reminding me of like a mint chocolate chip scenario. And but I'm thinking we could add a little bit of extra stuff to this mint chocolate chip and a little bit of a mealworm toffee
Whoa.
with our Blipbug here. So Ben was kind of getting onto something with the larvae that we were talking about earlier. But I'm imagining you take a bunch of Blipbugs, you dehydrate them into a nice fine dust, of course. And then with your confectioner's sugar and a little bit of water, and you know, at the right temperature, you mix all those things together and you start to get a nice caramely toffee consistency, right? And you kind of spread that on your pan and let it kind of harden and settle. And then you know, hammer it into nice little shards. And then you've got this lovely decadent mint chocolate chip that's like, you know, moi, chef's kiss. And then you've got little like shards of the mealworm Blipbug toffee kind of intertwined.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's it's really just meal. Like there's bug in there for the publicity, right? Like you're not really tasting bug, but it's like it's in there.
It's like the fucking worm and tequila or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was trying to think of another way to make this like Blippy related. Is this if you eat this ice cream, will it make you a nerd?
I mean, that's the thing is I think only nerds know about this ice cream.
Only nerds know.
Only nerds know.
Like a regular person like reads the menu and they come to the end and it's like they only have 12 flavors this week, and then a fucking nerd walks into this ice cream shop. They put on their glasses
Up to here.
Yeah,
actually,
and look at a 13th flavor. Is that even possible?
It's in the finest print.
Yeah. And then they order it, and they get shoved into a locker as they ordered it.
Okay, I do like your recipe.
Yeah.
However, toffee. Ooh, toffee.
Big
Why
anti-toffee?
Not a toffee person?
Noffee.
I'm not. I'm Noffee, but only because it's really good, but it's like intentionally made to like ruin your teeth. Like there's no getting around it. Like not even like the highest quality toffee is going to leave your teeth unfucked with.
That's
and I think that's just like.
Do you always chew your toffee, or do you just let it sit on your tongue for a little bit?
I don't have time for that.
Okay.
That's a long ass time.
Yeah.
That's like the. Yeah, you have to chew your toffee. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's part of the experience.
Ben, I have a counter offer for you. So because it's encased in like a creamy substance, right? You're taking that full bite, and maybe like the cream kind of starts dislodging the toffee from your teeth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a auto cleaning mechanism.
Yeah, it's addressing the problem as it's happening.
Yeah, and I think like with regular toffee and you take a bite, like sure it's going to get stuck in your teeth, but if you get like small enough chunks, I feel like you get the taste without the chew, if that makes sense. Like you're not really going after it, but you're like, oh, I enjoy this. This is Okay. But no, I hear your concern wholeheartedly. Yeah.
Don't
Excellent.
come after it, be toffee heads.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, my recipe this week, I think, isn't very bug related, though it is played off the name of Blipbug. So we're gonna go we're gonna go back to ye olde Russia kind of situation this week, or Eastern European. You get your babushkas ready because it's a cold winter's night, and you're like, ooh, I'm so cold, and like the babushka has prepared you a delicious meal this evening, and they're making some wonderful cheese bugs for you
Nice.
to keep you warm during this cold winter night. So we're gonna make some bugs for y'all this night. So we're gonna make some blints, and they're kind of like a little bit like a pancake, kind of, or a little bit crepey kind of situation. I would say in this time, I would use maybe. I want to know if I want to put the Blipbug as the. I think I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it a bit as the filling to make it a little heartier kind of situation. We'll kind of
Salty.
Yeah, maybe a little salty. We'll kind of dry it up, crush it up, and add it to our cheese mixture in the blints kind of situation. So you're gonna make the blints a dough. And it's very similar to like making a pancake or a crepe. I guess it's much closer to making a crepe. It's milk, flour, eggs, all that kind of stuff. You're going to mix that together. You're going to get your pan, and you're going to fry up your blints on it. Once it's kind of like in a round shape, you're going to fill it with your filling. This week, we're going to do the cheese variety. So we're going to have some ricotta cheese, some cream cheese, and we're going to mix in some of the Blintz powder or Blipbug powder in there, and we're going to zest a lemon, put that in there as well. We're going to put the cheese filling into our Blintz again, and then we're going to fry it up for just a little longer so it melts the cheese on the inside, so it's nice and fucking warm. And maybe on top you could put some like blueberries, raspberries, maybe get some whipped cream if you enjoy that kind of thing, and apply it as well. And you just fucking slam it down, and it keeps you warm on a cold winter's night. And that's my recipe, Blintzbug.
Nice.
A Blintz is so rare in my life. When do you ever see a Blintz on a menu?
I think
of all the brunch spots, of all the fucking places.
I'm gonna pull my fucking ethnic identity card on this one, which is that my old timey family is from Eastern Europe, like Hungary, Ukraine, all that kind of area. People are from Russia as well. So my grandparents would sometimes prepare. Along with like your pierogies, they would also make blintzes as well.
Jeremy's blitzing left and right.
Yes, as a kind of like treat at dinner time.
Wow, listeners, I've known Jeremy for most of my entire life. Mm-hmm. I've never heard about the Zeelik blintzes.
He's never made me a blintz.
Yeah,
you've never offered a blintz.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you.
Wow, this is such a big lore development.
Yes, I've never. I don't make them because I'm not good at it, kind of situation. So it's that kind of thing. But yeah,
you're gonna have to take up the mantle someday, yes. Jeremy, and learn how to make a blintz.
These are like Eastern European Jewish cannolis.
They can be like that. Yes, it's kind of like they're kind of like Jewish crepes kind of situation. Yeah. They're kind of like a flatbread. You fill them with you can fill them usually with like cheese in this situation, but you can fill them with like a variety of kind of things, and they come from Eastern Europe as well. So it's that kind of a situation. Also, famously, let's pull it up, is the meme of the Blintz cat, or excuse me, Blini. I mixed it up. I'm sorry. Which is a Russian thing, which is a picture of a fucking cat looking at some fucking Russian flatbread.
Looking very content, might I add.
Yes.
It's also a picture with Keanu Reeves and this cat. Oh, no, that's Photoshopped.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that actually happened, but yeah. So, look, Eastern Europe has a long and tortured past and present. But there's so many delicious food items from there, including the Blintz.
I really love your recipe. Mm-hmm. Not sure how I feel about this meme. But the only thing I could think of when you finished was, this would be so good with some maple butter.
I can't deny that.
Nice.
So next time you're making next time you're blintzing it up,
rolling a fat blintz.
Rolling a flat. That's good. Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Excellent. Let's review our recipes this week. We've got from Ben, we have a dip bug sandwich. From Evan, we have Blippy chocolate chip ice cream. No, mint chip ice cream, excuse me, with toffee, with Blipbug toffee. And for me, we have a Blintzbug. Ben, you didn't put up a poll, so do we just want to vote on it by raising our hands this week, or do you want me to vamp while you get a poll ready?
I can get one ready in just a second. Okay, and I was going to say something, which is that in lieu of a fourth recipe, I did have like kind of a backup one that I was wondering if it might get broached. And so I'll just take like Ian's turn, I guess.
Yeah, go for it. Might as well.
Blipbug Nerds Candy a la Willy Wonka.
There we go.
Get a fucking Nerds rope.
Blipbug Nerds rope.
Yeah.
Blipbug Nerds gummy clusters.
Yes.
That sounds good. What flavors are we talking? Is this a savory nerd?
Yeah.
No. No, it's just nerds. It's just regular nerds, but all of the like nerd characters that they use for advertising are Blipbugs.
Got it. Instead of the weird armless freaks.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting. All of us decided to grind up the bug and put it as a powder into something. I feel like you could do the exact same thing for the nerds recipe, is just like grind it up into the liquid and then it gets separated to the nerds. Anyway, now that we've sufficiently vamped, the poll is out.
All right. The poll is out, but we still have to vote in it. Okay, time to click. Clicky. I'm vamping. We're all vamping here.
There is a poll.
But, don't feel pressure.
About vamping?
Everyone should feel entitled to take their time with their vote.
To win?
And I have the results. Jeremy won this time with 2 votes, obviously, and I got the other vote.
Roll your celebratory blints.
Yes. I mean, fucking blint sounds good right about now. I know Trader Joe's sells frozen blintzes that you can get, and they pop those fucking suckers into the air fryer, and they're real good.
That sounds good.
They do recommend them. All right, let us move on to everyone's favorite section of the show, Whale Lord's Mail Horde, where we read your email sent into ichoosepod@gmail.com. That's ichewspod@gmail.com. Evan, I heard there's an email from Mike.
Mike says, "Hey boys, in the words of the turncoat Verizon wireless guy who now works for Sprint, can you hear me now?" Good. Life has been hectic to say the least lately, and a lot of time I've been feeling like my brain has been operating in low polygon mode. But you asked for mail, and how can I resist those faces? Yeah, how can you resist our faces over audio?
Yeah.
Let's just go for it. Oh, Blippin' blots.
Blippin' blots.
Edible bugs of the future, yeah? We into it? Okay, cool. Have really been enjoying Season 8. Not ready to move on yet. With love, Mike.
I'm sorry I stole your joke, Mike, when I said Blippin' dots for fucking Blippy, the clown.
It all kind of worked out, though.
Yeah.
It did.
Comes full fucking circle. Now is normally where we would tell you about the Pokemon we're cooking next week in Pokemon. But next week's our season finale, and I want to describe how we're going to do the season finale this time. Because usually we do a kind of situation where we used to do courses of a meal out of some of the Pokemon we missed during the season. But we're going to do a little differently this time. This time, there's 4 meals in a day. This is correct. Everyone knows this. There's breakfast, there's lunch, there's dinner, and then there's 4th meal.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is each one of us is going to get one of the remaining Pokemon from Generation 8, and we're going to get assigned a meal of the day, and we'll use that Pokemon for that meal of the day. We're going to get this set up, but you, the listener at home, can contribute to the season finale by picking perhaps your favorite Pokemon from Generation 8 and perhaps your favorite meal of the day and combining them and sending us a recipe. So if your favorite fucking Pokemon is Grookey for breakfast, like our fucking cereal, Grookey cereal, if you remember that kind of situation.
Callback.
Send it in. Tell us. Or if you have a Sobble for 4th meal kind of thing, let us know. But that's what our season finale.
4th meal is for sobbing.
Yeah, his 4th meal is for fucking crying because it's 3 in the morning. The Taco Bell closed earlier than you anticipated.
They're open 24 hours, Jeremy. At least they better be.
Yeah. So that's what the structure of the season finale this time is going to be. So pick your favorite meal, pick your favorite Pokemon from this generation, send us in a recipe that combines the two, and we'll do the same here on I Choose You. So that's been the main section of the show, but let's go on to the plugging round. Ben, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me on the internet at Ben C. Montoya on Instagram or thefearandnow.tumblr.com.
Excellent. Evan, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at _Mesa Studio _ I shot a Doritos commercial today. That if there's an audience voting component, I'm definitely going to ask you guys to vote, but I don't know if that's true.
If the commercial that Evan worked on wins, they might be entitled to $1 million.
Might be. We'll see.
Yeah. I don't know how it's split up between the people who worked on it. So
there's some they like Doritos included a formula of how to split the money in their rules.
Oh,
So I think they've chosen a way.
okay,
Interesting.
All right. Well, let us know, and if you win, I don't know. Take a
Doritos
second
for
here.
life.
Yeah, Dorito bias.
if you win, we have to AI some "I choose you" Easter egg into the commercial that you shot before you
true.
send it.
True.
Nice. Yeah, we're just all in the background of the entire thing. Like you shot it at like a park or something. We're like having like a picnic. In the
We
background.
did, and I should have put the flavor blasted sticker somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
For the next one.
fix it in post.
Yeah, this is Jeremy Zielik. You can follow me at Velocity Prime 1. I haven't deleted my Twitter account, but I don't use it. So let's just say for all possibility social media, normal social media going for, let's say Blue Sky is the place to check it out for both Velocity Prime 1 and the official I Choose You page, I Choose Pod on Blue Sky. Also check out Velocity Prime No One on Tumblr and the-avocado.org. The-avocado.org doesn't have a full episode archive, but it does have my writing about various television shows and movies. That's the-avocado.org. Jeremy Zielik. All right, time to wrap up the show. This has been I Choose You, podcast about cooking, eating Pokemon. You can find us on your favorite podcasting apps, including Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, Spotify, or your podcast catcher of choice.
Google
If you like our show,
Play, Stitcher, Rip.
yeah, well, look. They like for 3 years when we started this show, it was I could remember it because it was fucking iTunes, it was Google Play, it was Stitcher, and Spotify. Those were like I had 4, and it like zapped into my mind. And then every year, like since then, they've like fucking changed. One has changed each time, and it will always be wrong in my head about the order that I say them in. So blame the fucking corporations for making things too complicated.
Podcast industry.
Yeah, anyway, you can check out our social media pages. I Choose Pod on. I'm gonna fucking do the one I do most now. I Choose Pod on Blue Sky, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, Tumblr, and Instagram. I Choose Pod on all our social media accounts. If you want to be a part of the I Choose You community, join our Discord. Links are available in the episode description, and we have a movie night coming up this Saturday. I don't know why I said Thursday. This Saturday, November 23rd at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So head on over, check it out. It'll be a chill hang. We wanted to do a live show this year, but it's the week before Thanksgiving, so people were busy, kind of situation.
Jeremy,
So,
did you choose a thankful movie?
we're gonna fucking watch
Grateful?
Charlie Brown Thanksgiving 3 times in a row.
I mean, I'll do it.
Just as long as you're grateful about it.
Yeah, you gotta be fucking grateful. I'll fucking brain blast a great movie selection for all of you this upcoming Saturday. This Saturday, November 26th, 4 p.m. Check it out. It'll be a good time, I promise.
Not 26th. It's
23rd.
The 23rd. God damn it. The
You're good.
26th. I can't keep track. November 23rd at 4 p.m. I'm sorry, everybody. My mind is all over the place. And I think that official website, ichooseyou.menu. ichooseyou.menu has a full episode archive and merch store. That's ichooseyou.menu. And that's been the show. I don't want to fuck things up more. So I've been your host and Alta Brown of the group, Jeremy Zielik.
Been your friend of the show, Ben Montoya.
And I've been your Evan Aubrey.
And to all the choosies out there in Radioland, in a while, Totodile.
I wanna be the greatest chef, like no one ever was. To cook them is my real test, to taste them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand the flavor that's inside. I choose you, gotta cook 'em. It's you and me. Ben, Evan, and Jeremy. I choose you lose you. Gotta cook 'em all. Our appetite will pull us through. You roast me